Hey guys, welcome back to Space Engineers. New update came out. Apparently it's the 100th update, so it's kind of a bigger one. This one involves drone enemies, autopilot improvements, I don't really care that much about, pirate bases as encounters, cargo ship reinforcements, and I don't remember what else. There were a couple of other things, but the main point is it's not going to be as easy to take cargo ships anymore, and we could randomly encounter pirates. Apparently there's pirate booty at the pirate bases, so if we do encounter a pirate base, it's worth trying to take out, but I have a feeling it won't be super easy. I don't know what these drones are like, how many there are, that sort of thing. I have not yet completed my welding ship because I actually got distracted and started on my grinding ship. I'm going to build another ship exactly like this, but with welders. It has 3 containers in it. It has an oxygen tank. It doesn't have a generator, just a tank, because it's always going to be able to come back and recharge. I have some new mods installed that I'll talk about here a little bit. I have these armored slope blocks, which is it's a 3x1, which gives me a better variety here. I like how this looks. And the main one that I'm most excited about is this cockpit. It's the ECC cockpit. It's like in a concept, basically. I should probably actually power this thing on first before we get in there. Let's go ahead and get my my usual temporary reactor. How I power these up, because the reactors are actually buried down inside of here. I need a large steel tube. And there are batteries on this thing too. There's actually 2. I'm gonna retrofit my miner to be like this too, because I actually really like this design. It's kind of big, but I don't think it's actually that much bigger than the mining ship. And the meteor storms have just been going crazy. I might have to turn those off if there's going to be like enemy pirates, because I'm going to be going through some ammo, but we'll see. Anyway, let's go ahead and just put 1 in there. Ship's powered up. Let's go in the back. And where are my reactors? Not 100. Boom. Boom. And then I shall take my uranium back and get rid of that thing. And it's basically how I always do this sort of stuff. I kind of wish there was just like a temporary power transfer wire or something like that. But there isn't. I don't think you can dock ships until they have power either, but I'm not even going to try. This thing was glitchy enough. As you can see, it's kind of floating out here in the middle of nowhere. That's because the landing gear ended up being kind of screwed up and things went crazy. Okay, so this thing does not have oxygen on board yet. I like how you can actually see in this thing now. I haven't been in this when it's powered up. But there are these displays here, and if we go here, we can actually put text in. It looks like the LCD in the center is just for text and stuff. Like you can put up, I don't know, danger. Can we see that? Yep. And so you can put up fancy graphics if you wanted, and the ones on the side apparently do the same thing. But with some of these LCD mods that are available, you can end up adding other stuff. So let's just, I don't know, add that temporarily. So yeah, like we could actually have these do stuff. I think there are mods for LCDs that actually make them output stuff, and it looks a lot better is the main point. Got a decent view from this cockpit. Kind of see what I'm doing. Hopefully the grinders reach. They don't stick that far beyond the edge of the ship, but they grind out in front of it. So with that in mind, I changed the field of view, as you can probably tell. I think I did that in the last episode, because it's recommended to be at 70 so you can actually kind of see those, and I've kind of gotten used to it already. I think I like it better. So this is going to probably bounce around more than I would like, and I have not set up any of my action groups or anything, so that'll be fun. Can't really hit it with both grinders here. I think it's kind of wedged against the wall, so we can just get rid of this bad boy. This thing, as you can tell, it's all like green and explodey look. Oh, well, it didn't grind quick enough. What ends up happening is the grinders... Why did that not transfer out? Okay, it did transfer into the cargo containers. So the grinders end up getting kind of like overwhelmed when, at least on the small ships, and I think that's what happened there. So I'll go pick that stuff up manually. I just want to make sure I don't bump into my fighter. Okay, so this thing is not It might need another gyroscope or something to stabilize a little bit, but it seems pretty good. It's not that fast. How much stuff did I pick up? Well, I have like 2 completely full, and wow, that almost filled up this ship to the one reactor. It did have a lot of components in it, I guess, but whew, this thing is a boat now. But let's take a look at it from the outside. But she gets the job done. So I am going to, like I said, build another one of these. I do want to build a small welding ship. I don't really see the need for a small grinding ship. That doesn't mean that the need won't arise at some point, but I don't see one right now. So I'm going to end up painting this, and then I'm going to try to build the problem is with a welding ship is that you can't, there's no small ports on the side, so it's not as easy to set up because the grinders and the welders both need the large size 3x3 connectors for the large parts to move through. So I basically have to like sling everything under the cockpit, and it makes it kind of tall and lanky. But I would like to build something that can actually fit down some of these areas, because the base is coming along pretty well. I think I showed some of this before. We have the gravity on now. I kind of have the area roughed out where that's going to go. Let's go ahead and get rid of that just so it's not annoying. We have gravity everywhere. I'm putting up turrets to theoretically defend in case we ever need to. I'm starting to branch this out because this is going to go to that side hangar. And this is going to go to the other side hangar. And what else have I added around here? Like, the stairway is complete now. We can go up here, and this is going to be the control room for the airlocks and stuff like that down there for basically everything in the hangar. This side obviously is going to be controlled on this side, and that side is going to be controlled on that side. A lot of mining to do. The little ship is going to really be instrumental in this. I would like, again, to have the welder, because there's a lot of steel panels, and like one of the worst things is these stupid interior things, because like it doesn't take as many resources to make them, but each one of these has like 25 interior plates and 10 construction components, and on your personal inventory you can only carry basically 2 entire things worth, so it takes forever to deal with that. So it'd be a lot easier if I actually had a ship to help. I got the beginnings of this is going to go off to the oxygen generator. There's stuff going off to the reactor room, and I've hollowed out a lot more stuff if I can get through here, using that little ship, basically like a hallway back here where I'm starting to get our connectors done here. It makes a pretty good sized hallway, so I think what I'll probably do is just have a floor in here. These will just be visible overhead. This will be like a maintenance access hatch. I do want to outside, probably one of the next projects I have coming up. I captured another private sale too. I have plans for these 2 in the future. But I do kind of want to put some solar panels out here, and that's kind of what those are related to. I need to build some sort of gunship to defend the construction site while it's underway. But this seems like, of course, with the way that the sun rotates and stuff now, it's going to be a little problematic because we're only going to get sunlight for like a quarter of the day or whatever. But I'm going to put some solar panels out here, I think, on this part, and some sort of defense system to keep the meteors away. And it'll at least supplement the power pretty well, so we'll see how that goes. I was like, where did the sun go? But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Another project that I have a lot of projects in mind for the future, but another one that I really want to get going is to mine this out. Basically, there's going to be like living quarters and control room and stuff out here, basically sticking out where this piece of this rock is, where I just kind of circled. So it's going to like stick out of the side of the rock. So I would like to have some windows. I don't want everything to be interior. I kind of have most of the important stuff, like the reactors and stuff. It's going to be internal to the station. I think I'm also going to go around, because while we're doing construction, it's kind of a pain. I'm going to probably put some of these doors as like kind of, what do they call them on ships? Like a bulkhead, like, you know, a watertight bulkhead, but this will of course be for air. So I'm going to put a few of these around just so that theoretically if there was a hull breach, we could press a button and it would seal off different areas. So I'll probably put like one here and just around various places. so that we can seal it off in the event of an emergency. And also during construction, I think we can start getting some of these areas pressurized before everything else is done. And I just love this door. I need to get some sound effects, like with the sound blocks and stuff. But this is kind of like in Star Trek The Next Generation, how they have that big door where the warp core is. Unfortunately, I can't do like the Geordi LaForge roll under the door with like the thing. But that's kind of what I had in mind there. Hopefully nothing bad will ever happen to this reactor anyway, because it is reasonably well inside this asteroid. It's not that well protected, I guess, from this side, because somebody could come into the hangar, and if they knew where it was, or just got lucky, they could blow a hole through the wall, because it's only going to be a couple layers of light armor here. But basically, I think I'm going to try to, like I was saying at the end of the last episode, mock together a little tiny welding ship, and then we're going to put that reactor together in this episode. So I'm going to cut away while I figure that out. We are going to upgrade all the cockpits on all of the ships that I've already constructed with this one, because it's just like way sexier and theoretically more functional if I can figure out how to get those mods working with the LCDs and stuff. But and also the LCDs, I didn't really explain this, get added on the corner, so it actually lets you, if you want to, I haven't painted this ship yet, but it actually lets you do like a color tone cockpit too, which is kind of nice now. See if we can do something like that, and adds a little bit more detail. I think those are just they're just armor slopes, but I think it looks a lot better. I'm very happy with this mod. So like I said, I'm gonna go park this thing, and apparently we're not gonna be using it for a while because it's completely full. It's actually pick up this stuff, and my stupid inventory is full. I'll deal with all this stuff on my own. But I'm gonna paint this yellow like the other ships, and then wow, really is everything completely full on this thing? In freaking insane. No, it's not quite full, but dear God, man. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna work on the little welding ship, and let's get the reactor online. And something just spawned in. Oh, I bet those military transports have drones for sure. I guess it's their antenna, so I think one of the targets is going to have to be the antenna when you attack them now, because then I don't think they'd be able to control the drones, or maybe even not call them in. So adds a whole nother element to taking those things. We're going to need like an actual warship. I don't think the fighter is going to be able to take some of those bigger ships anymore. So we'll have to see. Anyway, I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so I finished up on my little worker, I'm going to call it a worker bee, that's what they call them in Star Trek. It kind of, I don't know, it kind of came out bigger than I wanted, but I think I'm actually going to use this design possibly to retrofit that ship, because I actually like how this looks. I went ahead and slapped my little usual small reactor on the hood here so we can get the thing gassed up. Let's go grab 2 uranium. It doesn't need much because, oh god, that's really loud. Because it's going to be running on batteries like all my other ships, but all my other small ships, that is. It does not have its own oxygen generator, but it does have an oxygen tank. That's what I'm going to be doing with small ships for now. Once we get the oxygen generator for the base online, I'll actually be retiring the oxygen generator that's in this ship. I really just had it because I didn't have another oxygen generator and I needed air, obviously, and a small ship one's a lot cheaper and easier to deal with. So we will that ship's going to go through a major retrofitting once we get some other, you know, the base a little bit more operational. There'll be a lot of retrofitting to do with that. I don't know how much electricity this actually uses welding. That'll be interesting. One would think kind of a lot. I know you can in real life weld, like arc weld with a car battery. I don't want to do that. I want to do that. I'm all tired. I had a long day. Traffic was crazy today and kind of zoning out still. Anyway, got that online. Okay, now I went ahead and rearmed this ship, so I am going to keep an eye out. I don't really want to go for the military escort, but if I see like a mining carriage or something like that, we'll go for that. I obviously added some lighting to this hangar. It's still got a ways to go. I'll show you what I did over there in a minute, but I've also been working inside of here, adding those emergency doors like I said. So this is where the oxygen generator room is going to be, so that will be sealed off, and then we'll have the option of sealing off these corridors and all that. So that will be a lot better. I'll probably put another emergency door over here too, because that's off to the hangars and stuff. But I'm going to have them all set up on one button, so if there's an emergency, we can just hit the button. Whether it's intruders, you know, this will slow them down, or whatever, even though there aren't NPC intruders right now. But we can imagine, and it's, you know, kind of become a lot more pressing now, because there are those AI drones out there somewhere. I've been going to my usual asteroid, which is that one down there, to mine. And in between here and there, I haven't run into any yet. But I'm kind of scared every time I go out. They are enabled on this save now, so they're out there somewhere. I don't have an antenna to detect them right now. We'll have to go out on a scouting mission at some point. It's one of the reasons I want to engage one of those mining carriages, or, you know, one of the civilian ships. Because they do still... Sounds like, yeah, the meteors are hitting. They do still call in reinforcements, but it's not as ridiculous. Okay, so over here, I kind of finished out some more of this area. It's not done, but this docking connector will probably not usually be used. But I put in this super awesome door, and this is here for a couple reasons. This is going to be like the weapons and whatever rearming room, basically. So if a ship is damaged or whatever, I'm going to build a little sled that can come out and rearm, and then all that. But the main reason is so that my my small mining ship can get in here and hollow out some more of this asteroid here. I think they can fit. I'm going to check with the welding ship, because it's a little bit bigger than that ship. So if... let's get rid of this too before we go flying around. If it works with the welding ship, it will work with the other ships. Now, this thing, like I said, ended up being a little bigger than I wanted it to be. It's probably less maneuverable than I was aiming for, really. Well, the gyroscopes probably need to get turned down a little bit. I actually want to park it over here just real quick next to the larger grinding ship, just to get an idea, because it seems pretty big, but I think it's still fairly small. Let's see. I don't want to get too close, because small ship thrusters can damage other small ships. Yeah, so it's quite a bit smaller. That's okay. And the most important thing, it should fit through this door no problem. I actually want to do it in third person. Yeah. So that means the mining ship will be able to get in there as well, which will be pretty cool. So I'm going to load this thing up with the components, and I just crashed instantly. I'm going to load this thing up with the components that I need, and we'll probably go get that reactor online, see how that's going to work out. Alright, so I believe that I have everything on board that we need. So let's go ahead and turn off the recharge, disconnect, boom, boom, main power. Alright, let's go see if we can do this. So I'm going to be kind of careful here, because it's kind of a little bit crowded in here, and this ship does stick up a little bit, but it's not too bad. It seems like armor is a lot more resilient to bumping into things than it used to be too, which I appreciate. Alright, so we're gonna... how are we gonna approach this? Still not a lot of room in here. Let's get a third-person view. This is just kind of an experimental project for this thing. I think it will probably save me a lot of time in the end, because I don't have to carry as many things back and forth. We'll build a bigger one when we actually start getting to building ships. I haven't seen what this looks like assembled and powered up, actually, so that will be kind of interesting. I think I have it assembled in a correct way here. I'm not 100% sure. And I guess it's done, so let's carefully back out so we don't... well, maybe it's not. Is it done? Why do those two look different from each other? Did I not bring enough of something? Large steel tubes. How did I had all that stuff on that shit. How did that happen? Ugh, that means I have to go pick up a bunch of stuff. And those, what's it called? It's really sucked to move. So what are we missing? We're missing power cells. How did that? I know I had all those power cells. Maybe I only had 100 power cells. That's what happened. Well, the reactor's online. I did not have enough power cells to do both. That is exactly what happened. That was all the power cells. I actually had to make some. So I might have to... I don't really want to strip the batteries out of those parts, though. So let's take a look here. Light reactor, control panel. So this thing is capable of 18.75 megawatts of output right now. Let's transfer a little bit of the uranium over just so that the base doesn't shut down, and then we'll transfer everything else over. So I guess the idea with these is that they take up more room, but they are lighter than the stock ones. And aside from the small reactor, I like how the small reactor looks. I don't like how the big reactor looks. It just, I don't know, it's kind of ugly. So let's go ahead and boom. Reactor should be online now. Does it do anything? I don't know. And I'm going to grab the rest of the uranium, and then we'll try shutting down this other reactor. Well, I guess it'll shut down when I grab the rest of the uranium. See if everything is working as it's supposed to be. Everything should stay on. And it did. So I'm going to have to make 100 more power thingies to get the little boosters operational here. Looks like that one is operational. That one's not quite operational. Probably just because of the steel tubes. If I put the steel tubes in, it'll probably activate it. So, boom. And I don't know like how efficient it is compared. We're only using less than 1 megawatt now, so that's kind of nice. I could probably get this to the point where we really don't even need the reactor running 90% of the time. I'm gonna go grab those. I can carry 4 steel tubes, no problem. No reason to bring the whole ship over here for that. Oh, not 44. I don't need 44. So I will probably only put this one reactor on here because there's really no need for an additional reactor over that. Now let's see what that actually did to our power output, because it's operational even though it's not complete, I believe. 22.5, so that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I kind of like how it looks too. Can we change the colors or anything? Or it looked like normal reactor stuff. Well, whatever. It's pretty cool to me. I'm happy to have these. These are going to be very nice for ships. Make like a nice engineering section. I am going to work on my conveyors. There's a conveyor in here that's going to come up and over and down in the back here so that this will automatically get uranium. I'm purposely still keeping... Let's actually turn off my light and the light on here. I just want to see how much that actually glows. It's got that kind of like neutral light to it, I suppose, that everything has. I thought these could be different colors, but I guess I was mistaken. I have to build some sort of nifty looking thing around the outside of this, possibly too. But on ships, I'll probably end up building these in little groups or something like that, because it seems like I don't know how many of these reactor upgrades you can actually put on each reactor. There's only 2 ports on this one. I think some of the other ones have more, but yeah, I think I kind of wish there was some text or something here, but I'm gonna put some control panels in here. Next time you see this reactor room should be finished. What I'm hoping to do in the next episode, like I said, I've repaired this well enough. Like the front was all screwed up, and working carefully on replacing these thrusters. I don't think this ship's gonna be with us for long, but I've already built like how many ships here, and I don't feel like building another small ship right now. So we'll probably stick with this for a while still. I still think I'm probably going to end up modifying it by like keeping this central core the same with the reactor and all that stuff. And, well, maybe I'll strip the reactor out and pull one of the small ship ones of those on because they make more power. But, I don't know, make some nifty wings. I haven't decided. I kind of want to build like a Jedi starfighter kind of thing where the cockpit's towards the back more, because it seems like that would be more durable, especially kind of the combat that we're going to be getting into now. I don't know how many of you've probably seen like Last Stand Gamers or something do the video showing the attacking various cargo ships and the consequences of that. Wow, that gets really loud like right there, but everywhere else no. But it's not good. So I haven't seen any of the pirates yet. They are allegedly here. I'm not really looking for them yet because these turrets, although they're operational, they do not have ammo and conveyors and stuff. The ammo is very expensive. I've made like 8 cans of it, and I'm not sure exactly how long it lasts. So I'll probably, like, although I don't like the stock ones I think cost a lot less to put ammo in. Why are you looking at me like that, turret? And basically, I am going to come in here, I think, and drill out a whole bunch more. The next objective, the most important thing, it's all crazy in here right now, is to get this hallway completed and get the oxygen generating systems online so we can actually get that stuff unloaded from the mining ship, because I'm carrying around so much extra crap that I don't need to be bringing around with me. I don't know what the weight difference is. I'm actually curious for a small ship, like how many more components are in the generator. You know, the tank might actually have more stuff in it. That's kind of weird. But it will reduce my power costs, and I won't be carrying around all that ice with me all the time. Right now, this is still the only... Well, I have an oxygen generator on this one, too. But it's the only oxygen sources I have. I wanted to have 2 of those small ones ready so that I'd have some redundancy. But we need to get the main system online. I'm definitely liking this door. I'm all desperate to find more places to put one of these. I need like a big flashing light when it's opening and closing, though. Those doors, like, I don't know, there's something about big doors that really does it for me. And like I said, I do want to build like a little cart that can come out here and bring missiles, because missiles are actually kind of heavy. Be nice to have a little cart where I could just drive out. I mean, I could just use a connector and be... Well, actually, you can't use a connector for these kind of missile launchers, so... Anyway, I'm going to end it here for today. I'm going to work on mining that out, like I said. I'm going to get away from the stupid refinery while I'm talking because it's really loud. And get this room finished up, buttoned up, and hopefully we'll be able to start pressurizing some stuff too pretty soon too. Whoa, camera. I need to do something about these lights. Are so bright. I need to like adjust them. I guess they kind of make it feel space station-y. I'm leaving all the doors open right now just so I have easy access to everything, but we'll have to start closing that up too. And anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.